Hello everyone, Connor here. Thought I'd do a video like this for my first video 2026. Happy New Year everyone. Hope you had a great New Year. Celebrate with family, friends, whatever you like to do to mark the occasion. For my first proper book review on this channel, I thought I'd come on and do a video just to give some thoughts on the book. And that book, some of you might have seen on my last story what that book was, but it was my last read of 2025, and it was none other than Noontide by author Beck Leavesley. I hope I've pronounced that right. So I discovered this book about a year or so ago. So when I first discovered Beck's channel on YouTube, I watched some Epic the Musical reaction videos she posted, and remember watching a couple more of her videos after that where she talked about writing a book. And as she was sort of talking about the book she was writing, I was like, oh, this sounds quite interesting. It sounds like something I would love to read. It reminded me a lot of Percy Jackson, one of my favourite book series I've ever read, even if that was only like a couple of years ago. My bad, guys. But yeah, so anyway, so I pre-ordered the book for when it released summer of 2025. Got the book. Unfortunately, wasn't able to read it straight away because I was trying to catch up on some other books that I was reading, like the new Hunger Games books, some Star Wars stuff, finished the Heroes of Olympus series, just towards the end of December as well. But anyway, so get into the book itself. So I finally got around to reading it late December, post-Christmas. I told myself I was going to finish it before the new year, and I did, which I'm happy about. I set a goal and I accomplished it. But anyway, so might be some spoilers to the book. So if you haven't read the book and you want or don't want spoilers, then I would recommend it. Maybe save this video for later. Go buy and read the book. I 100% recommend it. And then come back and watch the review. Anyway, so in terms of rating, I suppose that might be where someone would start a book review. Bear in mind, this is my first sort of video book review I've done, so just bear with me a bit. But I absolutely love the book. World building was fantastic. There was some amazing twists towards the end. My God, I thought I've had it all figured out. No. Beck, you did an absolutely fantastic job at diverting bloody suspects, shall we say. Yeah, so my overall rating of the book, I give 4.75 out of 5. That's the one. Yeah, I mean, it was easily a great book. I would 100% recommend it to anyone, to be honest, especially if you like books like Percy Jackson, so that sort of YA sort of fantasy novels. If you like stories revolving around elemental powers like fire, water, earth, and air, definitely would recommend this to those sort of people. So if you like things like Avatar: The Last Airbender and like Percy Jackson, this is definitely a book for you. One of the things I definitely wanted to mention was the hook at the start of the book. So this will be some spoilers here for definite. So like I said, if you haven't read the book, go read it, come back. But easily one of my favourite parts of the book was the hook right at the start regarding the main character Silas and his past. So in the first few chapters, there's a few mentions of an event or accident that happened 6 years prior to when the book is set. And as I was reading, I was like, what happened? What happened? What happened? I was like, I need to know what happened. It's not revealed until a bit later on in the book what happened, but my God, it definitely hooked you in. And yeah, so I mean, spoiler part. So obviously, the event that happened was so he'd accidentally fledged, as they call it in the book, which is when they sort of discover, I think, their powers. And he'd accidentally burned a house down along with the family inside, which included a little girl. So it's a very traumatic moment for the main character, Silas. And it's really sort of a bridge for the character going throughout the story. I think it's probably the best way to put it, is like that sort of why he struggles with his powers. Obviously, bear in mind also the fact that he arrived to the island 6 years later, but yeah, I thought that was just a fantastic hook. Well done, Beck. If you somehow are watching this, I just want to say you did an absolutely fantastic job with that hook. Might be one of the best hooks in a book I've read in recent years. And I mean, one of my other favourite things I've already mentioned, Percy Jackson being some of my favourite books. And Percy and Annabeth in those books are one of my all-time favourite couples in like books and fiction. And the main characters in this book, Silas and Harper, my god, they were so Percy coded. I absolutely loved it. I'll be honest, I was expecting them to kiss towards the end of the first book. I was expecting it, but I'm hoping that Becky's going for a slow burn here. I think slow burns are one of the best ways to build a relationship in books, because I think it allows for both characters to properly develop as individuals instead of just being thrust into a relationship and then growing as characters. But yeah, so anyway, so it's quick final thoughts. So at the end of the book, mentions about a sequel. I can't remember what that sequel was called. Give me a second. Yeah, so it mentions, don't miss the sequel, Isolate 44. No idea when that's coming. Hoping Beck will maybe give some updates soon on that, because I absolutely need to know what happens next. But yeah, I mean, one of the things that I would love to find out in the future is the origins of the Januma. How did they get their powers? What makes them different from normal humans, besides obviously that they have blue blood and powers and whatnot? But why are they different? Are they like a sort of subsection of humans, kind of like the X-Men in Marvel, you know, Homo superior compared to obviously standard humans? Are they some kind of like evolution of humans, or is it more akin to like the demigods in Percy Jackson, or like the Inhumans in Marvel, or metahumans in DC, where maybe they've got like a gene or something in their blood or DNA, better way to put it, that makes them different? I would love to actually maybe explore that further down the line. And you know, maybe if we could get some more sort of Januma sort of tribes maybe throughout the world, I think that would be really, really cool. But anyway, yeah, those are just some quick fire thoughts. I say quick, 8 minutes long, so not the quickest video. Thought it was going to be quicker. I guess I rambled on a bit, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and give a review of the book and say, yeah, I really loved it. I would absolutely recommend it to everyone to go and read. Go and buy the book. Support Beck. She's a fantastic writer, and I mean, I haven't mentioned this, but obviously this is her first book that she's wrote and published herself. So yeah, considering this is her first book, I think she did a phenomenal job. I wish I could write a first book that good. But yeah, absolutely go buy Noontide. Absolutely go and buy Noontide. 100% recommend it. But anyway, yeah, so you might be wondering, what am I reading next? Well, I will tell you what I'm reading. My next read is, to be honest, in preparation for a movie coming out this year. One of my most anticipated movies of all time. And yeah, it's something that I grew up absolutely fascinated by as a child. You know, I loved mythology. Always been a mythology kid. But yeah, Homer's The Odyssey and the Iliad. So I bought myself a complete version of it this year, or should I say last year, sorry, 2025 I bought this. So this is what I'm currently reading right now. So yeah, so I might maybe post some like a review once. So obviously the book starts, obviously the Iliad, so obviously that's before the Odyssey. But yeah, I might post a review for the Iliad first once I finish that section of the book, and then do an Odyssey review later on. And then maybe do like a general sort of review of both together once I finish the whole thing as well. Yeah, so this will be my next read. Hopefully it won't take me too long to read, because I have a lot to read this year. I want to try and set myself a high goal for reading this year. So yeah, stay tuned for my Iliad and Odyssey reviews coming some point later. I shall try and put out some other content in between then, of course. If you have any sort of specific sort of things that you'd perhaps like to see, please put them down in the comments. Let me know what you want to see from this channel regarding books, comics, whatever. I'm a big comic fan, so if you want me to talk about some of my favourite comics, I can do that as well. Yeah, and please be sure to hit this with a like, especially if you made it all the way through this video. If you have, I'm proud of you for sitting there for 11 minutes and watching the video this long. Yes, and thank you for watching if you've made it this far along. If you have, comment below with, I don't know, your favourite food. Yeah, let's go favourite food. If you watched this far, comment below what it is. And yeah, if you got any book recommendations, please drop them in the comments for me, for everyone else to read who finds this video. And until next time, peace out.